Katty, Konnie, and Loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Well, good evening. I messed up tonight and forgot to send Linda the link to get on with us tonight, and I just sent it about 5 minutes ago. So if you're out there and you're listening, I apologize. I am so sorry. The link is in your email, so hopefully she'll join us here pretty soon. So I missed yesterday, and I apologize for that. I had a few things I had to take care of. Everybody's waiting for the big why was Konnie out shopping and what's going on. So I think I'll just hold off on that till the end of the show. Anyway, the show tonight I want to talk about is racism. And the definition of racism is, I want you to hear what the definition of racism is. According to the dictionary, racism is the belief that one race is inherently superior or inferior to another, often accompanied by prejudice or discrimination against people based on their race or ethnicity. Hello, Donna. I think we have racism follows in a whole lot of different avenues other than color, ethnicity. It could be gender. It could be just about anything: rich, poor, male, female, old, young, right? Racism follows under a whole lot of different umbrellas. But my thing here right now is I find that the last few days I've been watching and looking and listening, and I find that the media is feeding a lot of racism into their reports. And I think what ends up happening is that the media fuels the fire. And I think it's bad. I think it's really bad. Because if we don't watch out, we're going to end up in a civil war. This race is better than this race, and this race is better than that race. And we're all made the same, right? Red or yellow, black or white. Hey, Sputsy. We're all made the same. There's no superior race. There's no superior gender. And this is what I want to talk about, because today I was watching a news report, and our wonderful media had to bring this girl on that said, all the white people deserve is the Cracker Barrel, because we're too racist to go to a Mexican food restaurant, and we're too racist to go to an Asian restaurant. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. I believe what's happening is people are fueling this fire that we need to put a squelch to and put out. If we don't watch out, it's going to get out of hand. I love my neighbor. I don't care what color they are. So I guess the thing that I'm going in on is it's racism is almost blanketing the Carmelo Anthony trial. It wasn't racism. It was a hothead and someone that lost control. It had nothing to do with racism. It's actually starting to get a little annoying and making me a whole lot nauseated. In America, you're allowed the freedom to worship the way you like, right? You're allowed. That's because we're free. That's the reason people want to come to America, is because of the freedoms we have. Freedom of speech. That doesn't mean you can erase the history that America had. But I would have thought we would have learned from our history instead of making it worse. They're saying it's racism for the reason that the Democrats ran out of Texas and didn't want to vote. Was that it? I don't believe so. I just believe that what happened was they knew they couldn't win. So they pulled the race card. If it doesn't work for you and your agenda doesn't work for you, then it's just so easy to blame it on race, right? It's all about race. I don't want to do this because it's race. I shouldn't have to because it's race. This is what our media is filling us full of. All about race. And it's not. It's not. They're putting a division between all of us for a reason. That's not what God wants. God doesn't want us to have a division. God doesn't want us to be at each other's throat. But this is what they're fueling. This is what they want. And all we can do as a collective is pray it down. Because racism never won anything. Racism, all it does is cause conflict. All it does is cause wars, fighting, people getting hurt. All of this, all the evil. Look, guys, I told you, every day there's been some sort of shooting. Every day. You turn on your TV, the first thing you hear, mass shooting. Today we had a steel mill explode in Pennsylvania. And I'm sure that in the final analysis they'll say, oh, it was about racism. They're blaming everything on racism. It's not racism. In my opinion, and like I said, it's in my opinion, it's not on racism. It's on ignorance and stupidity and bitterness and anger. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin. That's my opinion. I hope guys are along with me there, because it's getting a little old and it's getting a little tiresome that I turn on my news every night and I hear something about somebody's race. It's not. The media is the worst at driving this division. And they're doing a pretty dang good job, I gotta tell you. It breaks my heart to think that the media has that much control. And not only are they driving the racism card, but now they're getting a hold of our children. Hey, Cam, man. Now they're driving our children. They're going after our teenagers. And they're having our teenagers fight. Who's doing this? Who's got our teenagers out beating up disabled people or mugging people? Well, you know why? Because it's really easy to get a teenager to go out and do something knowing full well that we're not going to punish a teenager like we would punish an adult, right? Is this where their crazy minds are at? Is it easy to talk a child into doing something knowing that they'll get a slap on the hand? Because I've been in some classes and I've seen there's some pretty big teenagers out there that could cause a whole lot of damage if they're not taught any different. Teddy! Racism is taught at home. And I don't believe that anyone that I've been around that I have seen teaches any kind of racism. But now that not only are they doing the division between the races, now they're pulling in our kids and our teenagers. And they're telling our teenagers to go out and do whatever they want to because you know what? They won't be held accountable because of their age. Is an age considered a racist comment also? Just saying. You can be racist against age. You can be racist against gender. I mean, you can be racist about everything. And the first place to stop it's at home. We can go out and we can loan our smile when they don't have one. But if people are being told that because of my skin color, I hate everything except my skin color, that's not right. It's not even true. What gives the media the right to speak for me? Just saying. I don't think they have the right. I don't think they have the right to speak for me, and I don't think they have the right to speak for you. And let's make it even better. We'll just take all the guns away, and we'll take all the knives away, and the only thing you have left is your fists. And then if you hit somebody, we'll put you in jail for that too. Because violence is not the answer. What do you mean violence isn't the answer? Aren't you going to defend yourself? Are you going to allow somebody to come into your house and rob you blind or do whatever they feel like doing to you just because they say it's okay? Should we look any differently on teenagers that are doing it than the adults that are doing it? And who is telling our kids to do that? Who? The media? TikTok? TikTok says, hey, let's have a TikTok challenge. Go kick in somebody's front door and see what happens. And run. Kick it as hard as you can. And run as fast as you can. Do you think somebody is not going to get hurt kicking in somebody's front door? And then who's the one that's in trouble? The person whose door got kicked in. That's not all right. Who runs TikTok? Who all of a sudden made TikTok the grand narrative of our society? Who made TikTok or is trying to make TikTok the law of the land? Just saying. Is TikTok out there telling our teenagers in Washington to go beat everybody up? I know they're telling everyone to kick the doors in. I just think it's crazy, guys. And I'm really kind of bummed about it because I understand some of this underlying factor has been around for many, 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 many years. I understand that. But what I don't understand is what I've been seeing in the last year. And it's gotten really out of control in the last year. Every day, something big. Every day, someone's out shooting people. Somebody's out. Couple can't even go. They can't even go to a concert without being beaten to the point they're put in the hospital. Why? You know those kids that beat that couple in Cincinnati never got anything? They didn't take the lady's purse. They didn't take any money from them. They just beat them. What do you get for that? Who wins there? There is no winners. Sorry guys, I know I sound like I'm on a rant, but I'm just disappointed that, the media can say whatever they want to. It's the followers that make me mad. When I was younger, my dad used to say, if Joe Brown jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? Well, apparently they would, because they can't think for themselves. And I know each and every person has that little still voice inside them that tells them, this isn't a good idea. Let's don't do this. I know they do. But they choose not to listen. Because so-and-so on CNN said, or so-and-so on MSNBC said. And who are they? I just worry about the generation that's coming up after this last one, after my kids' generation. I worry about them. I worry about the little kids right now. This is what they're being taught. This is what they think. What happened? School, when I was growing up, when I went to school, you went to learn. That's what you went for. And you know what? If you sass back the teacher, I tell you what, I was more worried about coming home and facing my mom and dad if I sass back the teacher than I was ever the teacher. Because my dad would have laid a belt on me like you wouldn't believe if I wasn't listening to the teacher. I would have gotten punished I would have been grounded for weeks if I was too big for a spanking, or I would have gotten a spanking. That's what would have happened. And my mother would have marched me right in there, and I would have been apologizing to my teacher for not doing what I was supposed to do. Now, it's okay. Because the parents defend the children when they're bad. Right now we are living in a life of we reward bad behavior. Why? When did it change? I don't think, KMM, I don't think you drive your adult children crazy. I don't think so at all. They're used to it. They know that shows that you care. And what you've instilled on them, they will do with their children to find out where they are, and they will be protective of their children. There's nothing wrong with that. The ones I worry about are the ones that are letting their kids run all over all hours of the night and aren't paying any attention to them and saying, well, I guess it's okay to act like that. Those are the ones I worry about. My kids I probably drive mine crazy too. But, hey, is this the new generation? Is this the new upcoming life that we're going to live? Is this what's going to happen? Everything's okay? It's okay to be like that? I don't know. I don't know what to think about all of it. I just am really disappointed that a lot of people, as far as parents and other people, haven't stood up and said, hey, you know what? We don't act like that. And we don't do this in United States. Wherever you're from, if they act like that, then you know what? And you want to continue acting like that, then maybe you need to go back to wherever it is that you come from, because we don't act like that in the United States, in my opinion. You know what? You're right, Royal Apple. Adult children, they're very smart, but they're still children and needing guidance. Do we ever stop learning? Aren't we all a little bit of a kid still inside? We learn something new every day. But I'm talking about the teenagers right now that are going stark raving mad. What is the deal? Who's the driving force here? Who's doing this? I don't know. I don't know. Well, see, there you go. Turnaround's fair play, right? Right? You know, I'm going to tell you, one time I was talking to this Jewish family and I said, why are your kids seem to be why do your kids seem to be so successful? And do you know what the father told me? He said, we watch our children when they're little, and whatever it is that they enjoy doing and we see a talent in it, we push them into that field in life because it's something they love to do and they can make money at it. And I thought that was the smartest thing I'd ever heard, instead of pushing their children into things they didn't want to do. Pretty interesting. So, now that I've got quite a few people here, I'll tell you my news. I'm going back to work. Guys, I'm going back to work. Full time. So, we're still going to carry our podcast about the same time. We're hoping it may be just a little bit later than 6:30. It may turn to 7 on Monday, Tuesdays, and Sundays, because I need to go back to work, but I don't want to give you guys up. So I'm going to make it work. Somehow I'm going to make it work. I wish Linda was here so that when I announced it, she could hear it. My son enjoyed jumping off decks, put on a... Who's Evil Knievel, a daredevil. Yeah, Linda did have a live yesterday because I was out getting stuff to go back to work. And I told her, you can go ahead and tell them if you want to. And she said, no, I prefer you tell them. So we're still going to be here. We're still going to do our thing. It may be just a little bit later than it is at 6:30, But we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to give it our best shot to be here the same times. And I know she didn't want to. She did do great. And I made a mistake tonight. It was all my fault. I set the show up, and then I noticed that I hadn't sent her the link, and I sent it real quick, but I don't know if she got it. So I'm apologizing to her and to everybody out there that she's not here. I think I just dropped something in the floor. Because I made that mistake. So if she's out there, Linda, come jump on with me anytime you want to. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was my fault for not having the link sent to you. Thank you, Donna. I'm staying in the same field. I'm still going to keep with eyes. You know, eyes are the window of the soul, right? I guess I'll get to see a whole lot of, get my peepers in and see what's really going on in society. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm pretty excited to get back to work. You know, I think that if you stay at home and you work from home, sometimes you lose a little bit of your social skills. So I'm getting excited to do a little brush up on that. We'll see. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. But like I said, I'm not willing to give you guys up yet. So we're going to keep our podcasts exactly the same. We're going to keep on moving here on our channel. It may be just a hair later than normal. Linda and I need to get together and figure it out. Thanks, KMM. But yeah, we're going to figure it out. Maybe with her time change, and she's later than I am. I don't want to go too late because I know that she's busy, and she is working her butt off. And I know this was I don't want to dump any more on her. She's got her hands full. Lord knows she's got her hands full. I mean, she told you yesterday, I'm sure, about her friend. That's not good. We all need to continue to pray for him. And then she's got her grandkids. And then she's got me, and I can be a handful too. So, not that nobody knew that, right? I don't know. But like I said, we're going to continue going. It just may be just a hair later than normal. She does have a full plate. I say a prayer for her every night. She does have a full plate. And then now with all the smoke coming down. Well, I think it's good news that I'm going back to work. I'll have all kinds of stories to tell, right? What it's like to be in the workforce again. Another thing I wanted to, speaking of the media, okay, wanted to bring this up for you. So, the Rolling Stone had an article out that said Trump was going to pardon Diddy. According to Mark Agnifilio. It's not true. It's not true. He's not going to pardon Diddy. Yes. Yes, I'm an optician. He's not going to pardon Diddy. In fact, you guys, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if the judge in the Diddy case doesn't throw the book at him. The judge is feeling like his toes are getting a little stepped on here. Because you know what it looks like is, hey, guess what? If you sentence him to whatever, it doesn't matter because Trump's going to pardon him anyway. That's not true. That's not true. It's not going to happen. And I think everybody is going to be surprised on exactly what's going to happen to him. Okay, ma'am, I've got it in my chest, and I don't know what the heck this is. I thought I got rid of it. Clyde came down with it. He was home for a few days. And then I thought I was getting over it. And here it comes right back with a vengeance. So I'm drinking my pineapple juice, and I'm doing everything I can do to get it to go away. Good thing that I don't go to work till next week, right? Do me a favor. Next time you go to the grocery store, make sure that you wash the cart handle off. I swear, I think that's how everybody gets sick. Yeah, the smoke is really, really bad for Linda right now. She's really having it bad. She's coughing and going on. And then, like I said, her plate is full. She's got her friend in the hospital, and she's got her grandbaby she's taking care of, and the smoke has her coughing and having a hard time breathing. What are they trying? What, you think they're trying to kill us or what? Guess that's better than the chemtrails, huh? I'm telling you what. Are you getting? Oh, I don't know. I have to try that. Do you eat the honey and the onion together? I could probably do that. I know that pineapple juice is amazing if you have a bunch of congestion. Donna taught me that one. I was drinking that quite a bit. But it's all like, it started in my chest and it was bad. And then it was in my throat and it was bad. And then now this is just like right here in my sinuses, and it feels like when they're burning over in Mexico is what it feels like. Okay, just put the onion in a jar with honey, and then what? Take a couple tablespoons every once in a while. I have to try that. Because Lord knows I don't want to take any more medicine. I am so tired of medicine. What was the new one? The new thing that they said is going to be our new COVID is Kung Chang'an, whatever thing, the virus. Yes, please do. But see, what is the new virus's name? I'll probably have to spell it. Name that is taking place. It is called its nickname is Nimbus. NB18 subvariant nicknamed Nimbus was gaining traction globally. It has mutations that make it more transmittable than earlier strains. However, recently a newer subvariant known as XFG, nicknamed Stratus has overtaken Nimbus in the regions like Bay Area, making up to 54% of detected variants in wastewater surveillance. Both Nimbus and Stratus are classified by the World Health Organization as variants under monitoring, meaning they're being watched closely, but are not yet variants of concern. Okay, this is the one I'm talking about. The chikungunya breakout in China has raised an alarm due to painful symptoms of pandemic style containment measures. However, this virus is mosquito borne. So, see, we got all of this. It's called the poop virus, right? I'm telling you, there's all kinds of this stuff. So COVID isn't so bad anymore, huh? So then now we got to have what? The COVID, what was it? The COVID, the SARS CoV 2. We'll call it Nimbus or Stratus. You know, as if we can't get sick by ourselves, we have to make a virus. Or is COVID mutating? I don't know. Guys, I have no idea. But I know one thing. The Lord gave us antibodies for a reason, just for things like this. If they think that they're smarter than the Lord, I've got news for them. They're crazy, because the antibodies, once we fight it off, we will have antibodies to fight it forever. So there you go, you smart people that are out there trying to kill us. It won't work. It won't work. Our bodies are too good of a fighting machine. Lord knew what he was doing when he created us. Teddy, do you have the thank you, Sputsy? Do you have the Nimbus and the Stratus over there in Australia? I heard they're getting ready to take your knives away from you in Australia. I don't know what good that's going to do. Somebody can find other things to use. It's crazy. Yeah, yeah. That's what it's called. It's and this that other one, the chikungunya, is from mosquitoes. But the Stratus has overcame Nimbus in regions like Bay Area, making about 54% of the detected variants in wastewaters of surveillance. So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's always something, right? There's always something out there. Right. That's the mosquito one. And mosquitoes can fly. So God only knows where they're at. I don't know what the symptoms of that is. Well, it says not spread. Let's see. This virus is mosquito borne, not spread via human to human respiratory transmission like COVID. So, see, once you get it, you're going to have the respiratory problems just like you did with COVID. So, did they grow these mosquitoes in Wuhan? You know, I wish these smart people would use their brains to do something to help people instead of do these things to hurt people. Wouldn't that be nice for once? Yeah, yeah, the Niles. Yeah, West Nile. Yeah, now we've got two great big hurricanes too in the Atlantic. How about that one? Our hurricane season is getting ready to ramp up. August and September are our big months down here. So say a prayer for us. We don't need, tropical storm. Okay, I'll be all right. But I don't want no big hurricane. Although it wouldn't surprise me if we didn't get something, because everybody in the United States has gotten something, right? Some kind of flooding or too much snow or too much something. And we've got the heat and the drought, but we didn't get any water yet. I don't know what falls from the sky because I haven't seen it in so long. It would, I sure would like to see a little bit of rain. My grass looks like, hello, Woofy. How are you this evening? Yeah, I would like to have just a little bit of raindrops. I would go out with my cup and try to catch some. You know what? I'm going to be like Oliver Twist in my cup. Come, please. Please, sir. Can you spare a little bit of rain? See? You're right. They came in on planes and boats and everything in the plants, and now we have them. So we have to make sure that we sanitize our hands. The people that have it, it says it's not transmitted, but you know what? They said that about COVID too, and I don't believe any of it. I don't believe anything anymore. Just make sure you sanitize your hands when you're pushing the grocery cart. I'm gonna put my prediction out there. Here we go. Diddy's gonna get more than 20 years. Diddy's gonna go back to trial and probably get life. I don't think Diddy's ever gonna see the light of day again, guys. In my own personal opinion, let's see if I'm not right. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Trump made the comment, throw the book at him. I thought that was pretty funny. So, yeah, it doesn't matter what program Diddy is in. Can you imagine Diddy talking to a couple for domestic violence? Him counseling? Who? Wouldn't you like him for a counselor? They're putting him in a program thinking that's going to make a difference. It's not. It's not. That was the stupidest thing they could have ever done. And they're out there spreading it to the media that Trump is going to pardon him. No, he's not. Trump isn't going to pardon him. Trump said, throw the book at him. Throw the book at him. Let him have it. I'm done with it. All of it. So there you have it. I won't be here on October 2nd to see exactly what happens, but I'll guarantee you one thing. I will get on October 2nd when I get home from work, and we'll talk about it, because it's going to be a glorious day in America when Diddy gets the book thrown at him. Right? And all these people. There's a girl. Okay, okay, I don't know if you guys have heard of what's her name? Samanilla or Samavilla person, whatever her name is, that she drove 100 miles an hour into a brick wall with her boyfriend and her friend in the car, and the boyfriend died and so did the friend, and she lived. And now she's doing a life sentence, and she doesn't think she said it was an act. Oh no, she didn't even get a life sentence. She got like 20 years because she was a minor. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying. They're giving all of these crazy things to the teenagers because why? Because they're kids and they can get away with it. Get a slap on the wrist. That kid should have gotten a heck of a lot more trouble. Should be doing more than 20 years, in my personal opinion. Don't you think if you're old enough to do an adult crime, you should be able to do the adult time? No, I don't think so either. But I saw some interviews, and Maxwell even said herself He never participated. He was always the most upright gentleman. But they're going to spin him in there. They've spun him into everything for I don't know how long. He had 100 court cases and all kinds of things against him. They are trying every single thing they can do to bring this man down. Everything. And now they're going to try and tie him up with it. That isn't going to work. It's not. He's got too many big things to do than to worry about Diddy. But I did hear that all the pardons that Biden gave because they were done on with an electronic pin are getting ready to be redacted. I did hear that. So there you have it. It's going to be a very interesting month next month. It's going to get more interesting. September is going to be epic. I'm going to tell you guys right now, September's going to be epic. Put your boots on, because it's going to get waist deep. It's going to be crazy. We'll have lots of things to talk about in September. We'll see. I just know it. I feel it in me bones. September is going to go off like the 4th of July. September, October will be quite eventful. And probably to the end of the year, it's going to get good. Newsworthy, how about that? As long as we have them speaking the truth and telling the real news instead of putting the twist on it and making everything the wrong narrative and trying to keep this division going between us. Because I'm not playing their game anymore. I'm not doing it. You're not going to put a division just because that's what they want. And I suggest you don't either. That's just flat evil. And all we can do is pray it down. Just pray it down. Because it's not right. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I was going to make it an hour, but my nose is so clogged, and I feel like I'm getting ready to go on a real bad coughing. Well, okay, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to try to hang on because I only have 10 minutes, so I can make it an hour. Is everybody else getting all these sinuses and stuff? I know that the smoke up in Wisconsin's giving out everybody, and Michigan's getting the smoke. How's Indiana doing? You're probably not getting any of that smoke. Don't worry. If you don't get the smoke, they'll chemtrail something over your head. I'm sorry. That wasn't nice. That was not very nice. I'm sorry. It's bad. And I'm not getting any of the smoke from Canada because Canada's on the other side of the world from me. But I'm getting the smoke from Mexico. And Mexico burns their crops every year at this time. And it's bad. It's bad when they burn their crops. It gets thick with smoke and it just blows this way. So can you imagine between the Canada smoke coming this way and the Mexico smoke going that way? Don't worry. It'll get to you, Woofy. Don't think it. It'll get it. It'll get to Indiana. You'll get the smoke too. And it's hot. You know what? And it's hot. It is. It is so hot. But you know what they're going to blame that on? Global warming, don't you know? Whatever. And all of us can just go eat at the Cracker Barrel. That was the most racist comment I've ever heard in my life. And the lady was able to say it on my TV on regular news. It's a good thing that I couldn't have reached in and slapped her face, because that was just uncalled for. But you know what? It was okay because she was on the media. I don't think it's okay. Don't make this division any more than it already is. The media should be held accountable for this division because they are horrible about it. Corn mold? You have corn mold? Jeez. All right, guys. I love each and every one of you. And I will see you tomorrow night at 6:30. Take care. And we'll talk tomorrow. Good night.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff